Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing today? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Never stop doing something simple as hitting that like button. If you've been with me for a while, and if you're new, hit that like, subscribe, and make sure that bell is checked. Let's get right into what we have to talk about. Remember, this is brought to you by Money Moves. Money Moves is where you see all of my plays, okay? All right, so let's get right into it. We got, again, a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about a little stocks and a lot of crypto on this, right? So let's go and see what's happening. Let's start with what's happening to the market, and we're going to talk about some things going on that's actually have an effect on the market. We can see that the SPY and the Qs were mostly flat today. We had a little pump, and then as you can see, we've been vacillating up and down, but mostly flat, as you can see right now. Not much in the options market today if you're playing the SPY or the Qs. And then you could see that the SPY and the Qs here in the NASDAQ are the same, just flat. VIX spiked up just a little bit, but not much. And then we got the Russell 2000 again, mostly flat. What's the big deal today? The big deal today is Trump says he's removing Federal Reserve Governor Elisa Cook, citing his administration's allegations of mortgage fraud, right? So she's been accused of mortgage fraud, and he says he has the power to fire her. He says she is fired. She's fighting back and saying that you can't fire me. You don't have the jurisdiction to fire me. That's what she's saying. But she hasn't been charged first. So listen, let's take our politics out, right or wrong. If she's wrong, don't do the crime if you can't do the time, right? But if she's innocent, then there's a legal process, right? So that's both sides. Both sides are fair. But what we have to know is that the market does not like when the Federal Reserve is threatened by a higher power. Remember when the president threatened to fire Fed Powell? The market did not like that. It absolutely spooked the market and it dropped. If Trump is successful and she is removed and he replaces her with someone that is more dovish, of course, that's who he's going to put in office, someone that's more dovish as it pertains to interest rates, then this long term could be positive. Okay. All right. So in the micro negative and the macro positive follow. And so we just have to follow the markets to see how this plays out. Now, speaking of the president, Mr. Trump, his company, I want you guys to look at this. This is very, very, very interesting. This is New York, August 26, Reuters. Trump Media and Technology Group, DJT, and Crypto.com on Tuesday, which is today, agreed to a deal with a blank check acquisition company that's called a SPAC, good people, to launch a new venture that will pursue a treasury style strategy. Crypto.com's native token is Crow, right? All right, and it's called Chronos, deepening the ties of U.S. President Donald Trump to the industry. Let's read more. The two companies are the latest to seek to incorporate the playbook of Michael Saylor's strategy, remember, MSTR, formerly as MicroStrategy, a software company that began accumulating Bitcoin in 2020. The company's Bitcoin holdings are now worth 100 billion. Based on current prices, its shares soared fivefold alongside Bitcoin price in 2024. So, DJT, Donald Trump's company, right, his media company is trying to do this deal with crypto.com to buy its token Chronos. Follow? And there's something else in this deal that I read in another report. Let me see. Trump Media raises 6.4 billion to invest in crypto.com's digital token Chronos, including purchases of Trump stock. All right. And so, I guess they have this deal with this SPAC. Remember, Trump Media was a SPAC, right? I believe it was DWAC. So Trump Media was a SPAC, and now it's a SPAC merging with another SPAC. So it's a SPAC on top of a SPAC, right? So it's a lot to consume. I know you guys are saying, Larry, are you buying it? No, I'm not buying, right? That's just me. You may buy it. It may run to $100 gazillion. I'm not buying. Last I looked in the the day, Chronos or COR, Crow, ran up about 28% in a day. Okay. Was it 28 or 38? We'll take a look at it a little later, right? So there was another thing that happened yesterday. Day before yesterday now. There was a big sell-off of crypto. And remember, the people in Money Move saw that I posted that someone sold a big chunk of Bitcoin, and it spooked the market. But as we dig further, we found out that he sold this Bitcoin so he can buy Ethereum, allegedly. All right, let's look at this. 11 billion Bitcoin whale. You see that? 11 billion Bitcoin whales bet big on Ethereum upside. Scoops up 108 million spot Ether. See that, good people? Now you make the decision for yourselves what this means. The whale locked in 33 million worth of profits from Ether long opened last week after selling 2.6 billion worth of Bitcoin held for over 7 years. He locked in 33 million worth of profit. That is insane. So when you have that much money, you don't have to wait like the rest of us are waiting. You could see here a multi-billionaire Bitcoin whale is closing his recent open Ether long. Look at that, positions to buy hundreds of millions worth of spot Ether. So he's buying the spot Ether and he closed his loan, right? And so that means that this whale is still positive and very positive on Ethereum now. So he made his money in Bitcoin. 7 years ago, he's printing money in Bitcoin, and now he's buying ETH, and not just ETH, the spot ETH. All right. Now, I'm not chasing it. It's a big run up. Could it run up way more than this? Yes. When the deal is done and the SPAC has its merger, then this could continue to run. Me, rather than chasing Crow, I'm going to continue to chase Ethereum. So let's look. We can see Ethereum now is flat over the last 24 hours, flat over the last hour, but still up almost 9% over the last 7 days. You guys see that? And we can see Bitcoin cooling off, down 2% over the last 24 hours and down 2.5 over the last 7 days. Okay. So let's look and see if we could find a Crow here on this chart. And let's look at it. Here we have Chronos right here. It is, look at that. Boom. 48.63% over the last month. Let's backstep this. All right. Over the last 7 days, 46%. And over the last day, 30%. So you see that spike right at the news. Look at that. We were down, and then here's where it just took off right here. Let's check out the Bitcoin dominance really quick. Bitcoin is losing its dominance. Ether is actually gaining in dominance, and the others are still flat. So let me briefly just tell you guys what I think and where I'm putting my money. I told you guys on Sunday's video the crypto that I was purchasing, mostly layer ones. You know, you got the ETH, of course, is my biggest purchase now. And of course, I got some Sui, some Solana, some Link. Those are my main purchases right now. And then I'm going to move into some other purchases, right? In Money Moves, I got every crypto that I have listed. some that I have, like XRP, that I'm not accumulating at this point because I simply have all of the XRP that I want at the price that I'm going to get it at. And I'm not buying any XRP over $3. You do what's best for you. So I bought in heavy lower, and I'm just holding right now. So you let me know what you're doing. But here's where I'm going to end this at. I believe that crypto's not over, and you're going to see and hear a lot of people saying what they believe. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can bring up the thing about what Tom Lee expects. First, you want to always check the time and the date of an article before you read it. You can see that this is Tuesday, August 26th. You have the time here, 3:31 a.m. Central CDT time, all right? It's a 4-minute read. Tom Lee calls ETH bottom in next few hours. In next few hours, meaning we have bottomed now, as Bitmine doubles down with a $21 million buy. All right. That's Tom Lee. And now, does that make it 100% the bottom today? No, it doesn't. That's Tom Lee. That's what he believes. But I do believe that we are nearing some sort of turnaround because I'm buying. I'm buying ETH daily. I'm also buying a Bitmine daily, BMNR. I'm also buying it daily, and I'm going to continue to buy it until it turns around or until it turns green. So that's what I believe. I believe that we still have chop left. I believe that September, I asked the family yesterday about the 26th and the 28th week being the worst, and we are possibly looking at the first week in September and the third week in September. So the first week in September and the third week in September are traditionally the worst weeks in the market. That does not mean it's going to happen. So please don't come back here and say, Larry, you said these were going to be the worst week. Okay? That's what traditionally happens. Just like Tom Lee says, we have already bottomed out and is putting his money where his mouth is. Well, I'm buying more ETH too, and I've been dollar cost averaging daily in this price range, just like I am with Bitmine, ticker symbol BMNR. Okay, and so yeah, that's where I am. I'm gonna leave it right there. Like I said, I got a list here. Of course, I'm buying Bitcoin, ETH, Link, Sui, Ondo. Those are the ones that I'm buying, and then when things really turn around, I'm going to start to get into some of the meme coins as they bottom out. Because if we have another flush, they're going to really flush down. I'm not playing that game, and I will be letting the money movers know what I'm buying and when I'm buying. Okay, good people, but I want to come here and take care of the family also. All right, come join us. Money Moves. Money Moves is where you get all my moves in stocks and crypto as I am starting a brand new portfolio from scratch. Okay, I'm going to start it probably with about 5 Gs. I'm going to just see. I'm going to just start it for those that want to follow me. Just hit the top link below. But if you want to learn more about crypto, that's going to be in my class, Stock Up University. All right. So the truth be told, you can participate in both of them. All right. All right, good people, we're going to leave it right there. Let me know again. Let me know. Do you think Ethereum is nearing the bottom like Tom Lee? And if so, are you buying? I'm just telling you guys, I'm buying. But I've been buying before Mr. Lee made his comment, all right? All right, good people. I feel good. Just have a little tiny headache. And as you can see, my voice is a little lower. But hey, ladies, how you doing? That's where I'm going to talk to my wife. Hey, girl. All right, good people. Listen, this is the time and this is the season for us to plant, water, and seed, water, and wait. We're just going to wait for this to turn around. Again, I do believe that Bitcoin will still or can still hit in the 150s to 170 range. I know a lot of analysts are 180, 175. So I'm going to be looking at profits at 150. And if we gain more strength, I'm going to keep adjusting it higher. Just like before, months back, I was looking at 130. Now I see a clear path to 150-ish. Okay? So you let me know where you see that also. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.